Here's Asmongold trying to find out if jerky equals child meat. Look at his face.
Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey.
So I see the pushback. They're saying it's low IQ anti-Semitism and people are becoming too schizophrenic and looking into these emails and saying that it's rituals and that they're eating babies and stuff. What the fuck else is this jerky? What is that? Is Epstein really a jerky connoisseur? Was he really that much of a pizza connoisseur like Dave Portnoy? Or are these code words? I've never emailed about jerky. I've never emailed about pizza.
Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful, above all, for your friendship.
That grateful for jerky?
Yep. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't recommend checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one.
And look at those little smiley faces, little winky dink, oop.
Bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well.
Ice can't do it now. Okay, when he's on desktop, we can do a debate.
I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about
the
jerky.
Daniel Hakikachu video covering the kebab piece being gifted to Epstein.
Yeah, I saw that Epstein was using a piece of the kebab as a rug.
J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ.
What does LSJ stand for, chat?
When I arrive. Little St. James Island. And that's what LSJ
is. The island is the, okay, yeah, Little St. James.
Must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant.
So I'll tell you my interpretation without getting too schizo, low IQ anti-Semite. It's like, okay, obviously Jeffrey Epstein was a spy for Israel to blackmail people, but this looks like, from the outside, if we're just going to analyze this level of jerky and the smiley face of the Winkies, it looks like there was some sort of ritualistic aspect. It looks like that jerky was a code word for spirit cooking. It looks like jerky was a code word for bodies. If you look at the sulfuric acid that he's buying the same day as the FBI raid, what were they dissolving? What's the need if it's just jerky showing up? Just like when the FBI raided Diddy and they found all these bottles of baby oil. It seems like that they're trying to dissolve the evidence of bodies. Why would you need to dissolve? Why would you need $4,373 worth of sulfuric acid to dissolve beef jerky?
Restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cooks. Wait for it, beef jerky and steak. Can Blank make some jerky? I think we should landscape all around the house to use the water if possible. If the main house is not enough, are there any recorded images?
Okay, look, again, people are saying you look like a retard now, like he's saying I'm Candace Owens stuff. First off, Candace Owens doing great work. Obviously, she mentions Charlie Kirk, and I'm not going to focus my whole platform on this, but you have to be stupid to think that this actually means beef jerky. Was it really just some fire jerky? Was this really the best pizza, better than Dave Portnoy's pizza? Really? Like, yeah, that's not the most important aspect of it. You could see Matt Walsh and people running cover and saying, Piers Morgan insinuating that Russia was behind the Epstein files, allegedly, in my opinion. But bro, you have to, okay, look past it for a second. Do you really think that beef jerky and pizza was beef jerky and pizza? Really? I'm schizo? So you think Epstein was really just, he just loved jerky? All of his guests in the file, they were emailing back and forth about jerky. That's what you believe in, really? You really think that? You have to be a fucking idiot. You really have to be a fucking idiot to think. Again, maybe it wasn't bodies or maybe it's not a code word for, you know, spirit cooking or witchcraft, but you literally have to be an idiot to think that this was just the biggest consumers of jerky that we've ever seen. Coincidentally, you know, coinciding with this island. You have to be a fucking idiot.
of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky at all. No, there are no recorded or publicly known images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky.
And you would think there would be. But there's a lot of pictures of him with children, a lot of pictures of him with trafficked women. There's no pictures of him holding jerky.
Who sent?
It's an oral loss? Well, fine. Then I guess you could leave. So here's the code word. Here's
People
more
going crazy think they found a code word for human meat? Wait, what? Hope you were
Okay, let's look for ourselves. Let's go to JMail. Jerky. This is normal to you? Recipe: 21 pounds of jerky, 1/3 organic tamari soy sauce, 3 tablespoons sweet soy sauce. From LSJ, great, thanks. It looks like the same we got, hence go for it. Again, this is after he was first convicted of sex crimes. Steve Hansen, jerky, jerky, jerky. Jerky recipe. People with that, bro, he was financed by fucking billionaires. Why do you need to get a jerky recipe for yourself? Who cares about, you don't care about this? You're saying you don't care about this? I can't believe, like, how many normies are in here? This is blowing my mind right now. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. Jeffrey Epstein, J.E., said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer for his next trip. Why the fuck? Okay, I just can't. It's so mind-blowing to me that people are saying this is not strange. Jeffrey Epstein has 6 bags of jerky in the downstairs freezer for his next trip. Where? To the island? Who's taking 6 bags of jerky on a trip? Have you ever met somebody do this? Why do you care about this? I believe it should be enough to get him through. Any other questions, please let me know. Thank you. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. Capitalized jerky, by the way. Jerky. Hi, Francis. Have you had a chance to make any more jerky since being back? We are almost all out and would love some FedEx.
Look into Francis Darby, please. Chef who worked at Cannibal in the files.
Francis Darby? Okay, we'll get schizo. And am I holding you responsible for breaking my food vegetarian habits of 6 years? Smiley face. What it looks like, vegetarian habits being somebody who doesn't get involved in cannibalistic rituals, right? What else would this be? I'm holding you responsible for breaking my vegetarian habits. So somebody's literally going, like, somebody's not going to be a vegetarian anymore for beef jerky? Am I just a schizo? Francis, it's time to come tomorrow to show me how to make it. Jerky class, anyone? He will also bring you a taste of his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. And sends a warm hello. He is working at a restaurant called Cannibal and Cooks. The restaurant is called Cannibal and Cooks. Learning how to get a new jerky recipe from a restaurant called Cannibal and Cooks. Wait for it, beef jerky and steak. He has time at 3 p.m. tomorrow if it's okay. Let's look up steak. Steak cooking. New pans for cooking steak. Steak. How is the steak diet doing? Do you snore equals how's the steak diet doing? The steak diet project will have to be diminished. I got serious bowel inflammation, no pain or other warning signals, but surprisingly profuse bleeding. I was probably too optimistic about my ability to switch to U11 on meat eating after 29 years without a period of adaptation. Likely the cause. Meat doesn't cause bleeding. Hemorrhoids do. Food Navigator. Here's an article from Harvard study. Ew, no, I don't want my fucking cookies. High red meat intake a risk factor for an inflamed gut.
Feeling bad.
Okay, this is insane. Someone said look up ice cream. Back on JMail, this is the database. Let's look up a little more steak. A Philly cheesesteak from Philly. Steak potatoes from Jeffrey Epstein. Steak or burger for lunch with Botstein. I should order now. ... Steak, please, for 2 at about 3 o'clock. Baked potatoes. Do you snore? How's the steak diet going? Sleep problems? I sleep well when I don't think. I'm told sleep apnea common on the spectrum causes impulse difficulty. I know, but don't have apnea. What are we doing right now? Oh, dude, okay, let's look up ice cream. Ice cream delivered. The best ice cream I have ever tried. And they black out these names. Looks so yum. Karina. Again, this is one of his last girlfriends, Karina. Wait, not the condensed milk. Again, another ice cream recipe. Ice cream. We have new assorted flavors of ice cream in the freezer. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. You know what? This is not strange. Jeffrey Epstein just loved pistachio ice cream. He really loved. He was into cookies and cream. He just loved an ice cream cone. You are a schizo, so is Candace. All right, then leave the fuck. If you think that he was just a big fan of ice cream, just leave my fucking stream and never come back. If you don't think this is strange. Please throw out the eggplant and ice cream. Jeffrey asked you, please throw out the eggplant and ice cream. Just do it, thanks. Done. Ice cream. How are you? It's too hot down here. Okay, speaking of the island, probably. It's never enough chocolate ice cream for me. Smiley face. Yesterday, I've been at an amazing naked pool party. Lol, we'll tell you about it. Okay, so naked pool parties with chocolate ice cream. When have you ever done a naked pool party with chocolate ice cream? Smiley face. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Look up the Samson option. I know the Samson option is an option that Israel brags about, allegedly, in my opinion, where if the world gets too anti-Semitic, they can just nuke the whole world. The Samson option is the opportunity, is a nuke switch. Right here, it's in Hebrew. It says the Samson option is a term describing Israel's alleged strategic doctrine of employing a massive last resort nuclear retaliation if its state is on the verge of destruction. Last resort. If things get too bad, they can just nuke the world. Naked pool parties with chocolate ice cream. Yeah. The best ice cream I've ever had. I am not sure, but it feels very light and healthy. The one I had was blueberry and yogurt. Really delicious. What is it made of? What is ice cream made of? Fucking frozen milk and sugar, hopefully. What is the name of the ice cream place in Cambridge that had ridiculously delicious ice cream? You gave me toasted s'more. Ermac and Bolio. Do you want me to get you something to send? Why? No wine and exercise, though. Don't ask too much for yourself. What? Oreo ice cream. Great, thanks. Are you coming over after Dr. Morrill? Sorry, my phone's not outside the hotel. I missed the doctor's appointment. I'm having lunch with the girls at the hotel. Come by after 3. Great. Do you want food or ice cream? Okay, so he's meeting up with girls at a hotel. And he's asking, do you want food or ice cream? That's what you hang out. When you bring the huzz to the telly, when you're coordinating a hotel meeting with the huzzies, what ice cream should we bring the hose? I have your ice cream from New York. I have your Oreo ice cream New York. I think it's Jet Terminal. Okay. And this is between the fucking Rothschilds. The family behind the central bank system. The Rothschild family. The ones that sold Palestine to the British. Or the ones that the British sold to the Rothschilds. My mistake. The Rothschild family, who allegedly, in my opinion, control over half of the world's wealth. The Rothschild family. Jeffrey Epstein, between Ariana D. Rothschild, just arrived at 12 noon. Great, I will pick you up. Is it the terminal? I have your Oreo ice cream, New York. Okay, Again, the Rothschilds photoed with Marina Abramovich, the spirit cooker, the witch, who has done spirit cooking. This is not alleged. This is not schizo. Marina Abramovich is known for spirit cooking, blood rituals. The Rothschilds, you think that they just want to get ice cream from Jeffrey Epstein, you stupid idiot? You're going to call me schizo and say that I'm going too far? You really think the Rothschilds are communicating with Jeffrey Epstein about what Oreo ice cream to get in New York? Fuck you. Ariana D. Rothschild, let's see. A French banker. Ariana D. Rothschild spear cooking, let's see.
If you're inside Clav and Myron's inside you, which side are you moving? El Israel.
What? What are you talking about? What, I don't know what you mean. Here's Lord Jacob Rothschild with Marina Abramovich behind a satanic painting. Dude. At this point, I hope somebody clips this. I'm obviously the most important thing. Here's the clip. What's most important about the Epstein files is how he obviously worked for Israel. Okay, how he was blackmailing people with underage girls on an island to get people to support Israel. But when you look deeper, you can see the connections with ice cream, jerky, pizza, and see that clearly they're not talking about, he wasn't a jerky pizza ice cream connoisseur. He's emailing back and forth with Ariana D. Rothschild about bringing Oreo ice cream on a plane.
Clavicular getting
all
2
over the
felony
emails.
charges?
And if you think that this is
he being
legitimately Oreo
targeted?
ice cream, if you're going to call me a schizo, again, yeah, Clavicular is getting charged for 2 felonies. Of course he's being targeted. Why are these people in the emails why are they not being persecuted? But Clav, who wasn't even shown using a fake ID, why is he the one who has to go to jail overnight? More gluten-free or ice cream from New York? Again, from Ariana D. Rothschild. Oh, so nice from you. Some gluten-free cereals if you can, please. Do you really think, I can't, this is blowing my mind. You really think that Ariana D. Rothschild is trying to get gluten-free cereal from Jeffrey Epstein? Really? This is what they're communicating about? The billionaire spy for Israel and the family behind the biggest bank in the world? This is what you think that they're communicating about? Maybe then they're right. Then you really are a goyim. Oh, it's just cereal. How many more emails are there from the Rothschilds? Let's see. Incredible, bro. Yeah, they're saying Matt Groening is in the Epstein files. So they're saying why the Simpsons has been able to predict so many world events. Because maybe they knew something. Maybe they were coordinating. Maybe it's like the pandemic simulator that Bill Gates was talking about in the Epstein files. Maybe that they were able to predict and plan every major world event for years beforehand. Just like we saw in the Professor Zhang videos, where we see that the Battle of Waterloo that the British won against the French Empire, marking the end of the Napoleonic era. The Rothschilds owned the media in England in that time, in the early 1800s. And so the Rothschilds, what they did was they lied to the British to stir panic. The Battle of Waterloo was won, marking the end of the French Empire. But the Rothschild who owned the media, they lied just so that everybody would start panicking and the stock market would crash. Therefore, the Rothschilds used this panic to buy up all the stock and become extremely rich. And they predicted this maybe 4 years prior. Knowing that this was going to happen, they used this world event to maintain and to gain power over the masses, over the British. They predicted this world event and predicted how much they were going to benefit from it. Because when they have that level of control of media, banks, politics, the world is a stage. And they have all these actors. They have actors, the Jester Maxers, who will do their bidding for them.
The creators of The Simpsons are in the FBI archives. You heard that right. The FBI's files contain records about The Simpsons. And even more outrageous, according to the documents, the files mention some of their past plans and even admit that some of their creative decisions in that moment, my worldview completely shattered. I always thought I was just watching cartoons and jokes, but it turns out there were hidden manipulations behind it all. Can you imagine? For decades, we thought The Simpsons was just satirizing American culture and telling humorous stories, but these documents reveal that they admitted to their plans and intentions, completely overturning public perception.
Someone get that ice cream
I can't
Rothschild
help
clip
but
out
wonder,
now.
has my whole life been a lie? Who can we trust anymore? This isn't just news about an animated show. It's a shocking reality check, a blatant challenge to our childhood memories. But one thing is undeniable when authoritative documents are presented: who can still claim ignorance? The secrets behind The Simpsons are slowly being revealed.
Okay. Don't know enough about that to really give a valid opinion. But anyway, all the emails between Epstein and the Rothschilds. Can you please ask and provide a bid ask on 100,000 shares of Rothschild? Okay. They redacted these names. A lot of these are financial transactions between Epstein and the Rothschilds. Epstein is CC'd in this. Here's a draft letter to David and Eric D. Rothschild, which I would like us to sign as soon as possible. If you agree to it, even may sense to convey the message by email with a letter to follow, as time is so short. I look forward to sharing for you. Yours, Span. Jacob Rothschild. We, undersigned, the members of the Rothschild family, would ask you to either withdraw your 13th resolution at the General Meeting of Paris or to add appropriate prefixes to the name Rothschild referred to. Okay. Anyway, sometimes like this stuff can legitimately make you go crazy, bro. I'm really, I don't know. Is anybody in the same boat? Type of one if you're like this, where it's like everything, it's so hard to take things seriously now. It's so hard to take like something like the Super Bowl, like all the goy slop, and like I literally can't take. And again, I want to prevent this. I'm not trying to encourage this mindset. This is obviously, it could be dangerous, but it just seems like everything seems so ridiculous. Seeing this now, everything seems so. It's so hard to gesture max. Like, not even that, but like, you look around and you're like, we're really all goyim. Like, what's even, you know? And what's even going to happen? Probably nothing's going to happen. How absurd it is that, again, like to contextualize it, Clavicular is getting prosecuted. Clavicular is facing charges and stuff, and he was the one put in jail. None of these people who are eating ice cream and jerky and traveling to an island with bags of jerky, we're not going to see any of the same prosecution for them, or even close to. It's so absurd. It's so hard. Like, how do you expect me to watch the Super Bowl and be a good goy and slam a prize pick bet on which team backed by people that are implicated on the island? Like, how do you expect me to celebrate these teams, you know, getting CTE, running into each other? Anyway, I'm trying to find a way to balance it and still enjoy, you know,